plaintiff, David Bates, is still legally married to the defendant, and he's here today to tell her that their marriage is over. David claims the defendant abandoned him 3 times, and she also falsely accused him of abusing her. David's suing his estranged wife for unpaid bills and emotional distress. Defendant Ruth Bates says her marriage has been over for a long time because David is a cocaine user who physically abused her and used her for sex. Ruth is countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
I want to let my wife know that this marriage is over. Out of the 21 years we've been...
She didn't know before?
Well,
today.
she know now. She know now.
If she didn't know, she know now.
Yeah.
You say amen to that?
Now, what caused all this? How long have you all been married, and what happened?
We've been married 11 years, but we been together like 21 years.
Really?
My wife, she's abandoned me out of the 21 years 3 times, and I took her back 2 of them, this the last round. So
Abandoned you how?
She walked out the relationship the first time. She accused me of cheating, and she moved out and got a place, and evidently things didn't work out, so she asked me back, and I took her back. Second time, she said I abused her, and that was a lie.
What was her allegation?
Physical abuse, she was saying.
Okay.
And
how long did she stay gone?
Well, we went through the courts. The courts put her in a shelter and put her up for 90 days and gave me visitation rights to my son. At that time, he was probably about 5 or 6 at the time.
Why did she have to go into a homeless shelter?
Because she said I put my hands on her, and they believed her.
Why didn't you leave? You could have said, Judge, no, send me to the shelter.
Nah.
No, what?
Nah.
And you put your child in a homeless shelter?
I didn't put him there.
No, you allowed him to go to a homeless shelter? Why are you grinning?
No, I did not. She had left and filed these papers.
Gotcha, sir. Let me get to her. You done already upset me with this nonsense. Come on, ma'am.
As you can see, Judge, he's standing there with no remorse, and he's a liar. My husband is verbal and physical abuse, and he's also a user of cocaine, and that's his friend and his lover. And his boys, as he called it, unquote, is his #1 priority. Then his drugs, and then me third, which is only for sex. And I put up with it for a long time. My son is 21 years old, and my son also wrote you a letter. And my husband needs to read it because he doesn't even know the pain he's caused him. And my husband has me in the wrong court. He's all about money. We should be in divorce court #1.
Correct.
I told that man, Judge, it was over. We agreed to it. Then he decided that he wants me to help him to remodify a mortgage, the house that he's living in. Yes, I took him before and I left him and I took him to court and I went back to him because I thought he would change. But he always brags about using drugs on and off. And that's his problem.
Read the letter from your son.
He says, to whom it may concern, I, Isaiah Bates, witness the pain and suffering of my mother that has been caused by David Bates. He doesn't even call him his father. He's been using drugs, which quote unquote is cocaine, too much, and he has different personalities when using it. It causes him to curse and abuse me and my mother verbally and physically. And then I'm going to skip some of it. And it says, he told both of us he would kill us, that we don't run nothing in that house. He's the boss and he pays the bills. But yet and still he's here saying that I owe him for bills. He and I, if there's bills, we accumulate them as husband and wife.
Is your own son lying on you about like that?
Both of them.
Why would your own son say that about you? That's very devastating. He could have just said he whoops me or he's not a good man. He was very specific. He said you were a cane head that goes off. Why do you think he's lying like that?
Because lately here, I pressed charges against him for stealing my gun, and she didn't approve of it. And she told me I was wrong for doing it. But see, I had to...
So he made up this story about you being a cocaine head. He made up the story about the verbal and physical abuse he's observed. He made that up because you were mad at him.
No, I reported him to the cops, and she didn't like that.
All right. Is he in jail?
No,
Why?
because they can't find him.
Okay. He
and the
has
gun's
a
still
warrant
out
on
there.
him?
I told him I didn't want to press charges on him as far as getting him locked up.
Hold on. So if they're not pressing charges, why are they looking for him? The police don't look for people unless they want to lock them up. Not only are you a dope fiend, I think, based on your behavior here today, you're not the brightest dope fiend. I I said, I think that. And I think it based on what I've heard from both your wife and your son and your behavior here today in court. And I have a right to my opinion. I'm not necessarily concluding that you are. I'm not calling your names. I'm telling you my opinion. That's what I believe. Now, ma'am, you say that he was beating you.
Yes, sir. He knows. David knows. So I just wanted to get my independence back. And yes, I left him. I left everything there except the small TV and the car that I was driving.
Left you and your son homeless.
He sure did.
Your bills that you're suing her for is for what, sir?
We have contracts here where we sign for vaults, and when she left on the 3rd of February, she didn't pay the mortgage, half of the mortgage before she left, and the tax on the house, the property tax on the house, she did not pay.
Okay. What's your emotional distress claim for it?
$1,135.
That's very specific.
Yes.
How did you come to that number?
Cause when she left me.
That would have cost for about an ounce now? Sound like it. It cost about an ounce. Yeah, $11.35.
I wouldn't know.
Go ahead. How did you come to that number, sir?
The stress I've been under dealing with the bill collectors and stuff calling, harassing me about the bills, to pay the bills.
What did you do while she was in the homeless shelter?
One time we were living in an apartment, but now we're living in a house.
How did you pay him?
By checks.
Your own money?
Yes.
Okay. And you're not suing for that?
Yes.
You're suing for the time that she was... I'm through with you. You don't know what you're suing for. Ma'am, let me just break it down and ask you about the emotional distress, because emotional distress is usually any actions that are extraordinary, extreme, and causes extreme stress. It is highly unusual for men to beat their women. It is rare, because most men don't beat their wives, particularly real men. Many of the men who do beat their woman and their wives, it's because they're less than men, and they have frustrations. And they have frustrations from something else. As such, if you can prove to me the physical, then I will be able to grant you emotional distress. Perhaps you have some more evidence or testimony. I see a witness raising her hand. You want to stand and speak, ma'am?
Yes, please.
State your name.
My name is Violet Wilson.
What do you
I'm
want
her
to tell me?
sister. And I know for a fact that he has been abusive, verbal and physical. I know one time she had a tooth broken out, then she ended up in the shelter. And I know for a fact that he needs to be on his knees apologizing to her, because she was a good mother to his children and a good wife to him. And the abuse and the emotion that he put her through, she did not deserve it. And he better be glad while he's sitting there smiling he don't get a beat down from me, because I don't appreciate it. That's my sister. You can shake your head, but that's my sister. No, don't say a word. If you're not going to say...
Don't tell me what I can't say.
No. You need to listen. You need help. You need help badly. You need to bring back the old David when she married you.
Sir, you should thank her for recommending help for you. After all, they allege you did, and now I believe you did based on her testimony and the letter from the son. Many relatives would recommend that you go run and hide.
You should.
Because they will be coming for you.
That's the truth.
Judgment for the defendant. For your emotional distress, I'm going to grant you all of the money, $1,903. I can't grant either one of you your judgments for the bills and the money issues, because you're still married. And so you have to go to divorce court to divide all property, that being assets, debts, and what have you, and the judge will determine who owes what. Have a good day. Judgment for the defendant.
Just wanted an apology and a divorce. That's it.
I don't have nothing to apologize for, but I'll give her the divorce. And I don't wish you no bad, Ruth. I don't.
David, I have no bad feelings for you. You've always been good to me. You always welcome us into your home. But the things that you put my sister through, I think you need help, and you should take it. If you don't want to apologize, you need to get on your knees and pray to God for help. And I'll pray for you.